Let's add some ground cover and rocks to our landscape. Hi, I'm Mayanna with Unreal for Reals. See where to get free materials and meshes for your Unreal Engine project, ground cover and rocks, plus how to add them, and how to copy, scale, rotate, and move objects. And if you like helpful tips like this, be sure to like and subscribe. From our previous tutorials, we have our lake and some of our landscape sculpted. And now we want to add the ground cover and rocks. So first we need to get the materials that we'll be adding. We'll find those in the Fab Marketplace. Bring up your content drawer where all of your assets will be stored. And then click the Fab tab. And this will open in a new window. Now, since September of 2025, more materials from Quixel Bridge are being moved into Fab, which is the Unreal Engine Marketplace. That includes more Megascans, which we'll be using. This tutorial is being recorded in October, so things may look a little different as they continue to improve Fab. See notes in the video description for tutorial updates. Okay, let's get our ground cover. In the search bar at the top, click in there and search for Quixel Nordic Moss and hit enter. Quixel makes a lot of great free materials that we can use. So in the price drop down, click the checkbox for free. The order of materials you see may differ from what's shown here. Look for the one that's Nordic Moss. And if there's more than one, ensure it's the bumpy one and it's free. This would be it. Let's click it. Over here for the quality, let's set it to high. And then click Add to Project. Now give it plenty of time to download. And when it finishes, a content browser window will pop up to show you where it is. We want to close that but leave the other one open. Now let's go get our rocks. Hit the back arrow on your Fab tab. And now we're going to get Quixel Nordic Forest. Hit enter. Our price should still be set to free, but check it if it isn't. Now I want to show you something here. Hover over this Nordic Forest cluster rock. See it has a UEFN tag on it? If you click that material, you're going to see that it has a license. Click that. And it's going to say that the UEFN reference file is the only one that's free. All of the rest of them are paid. And a reference file will not do us any good in this beginner project, so we don't want it. So click back and your Fab button and look for the one that's Nordic Forest Rock Small, which is this one. Click it. Set it to high quality and then click Add to Project. And this is the only rock we need, believe it or not. So close that, and you can close your Fab window. And then save all. Now let's add our ground cover. Select the land, and just to make sure that you have it, go over here into Outliner and ensure it's on Landscape. Now we need to pin this Details panel open. So open it and click the little pen tab. That will keep it open. And then scroll down until you see the landscape material and make sure that you scroll until it's near the top. Now, open your content folder. Let's go get that ground cover. Go to Fab, Megascans, scroll down, then open Surfaces, and you'll see the Nordic Moss. Open that. Click on High, click on the funky name they have for it, and then open the Materials folder. There you'll see it. Now click and drag it over here to Landscape Material, and it turns green or blue to let us know that we can drop it there. And now we see it all over our landscape, but as you can see, it's tiled, which is fine, but we need to make them bigger. So double click on this material to open it. And then click the arrow by Global to expand it. Check the box for tiling. And we're going to set it to 0.1 and hit enter. And that makes each tile a lot bigger. And this is fine because we're going to cover it up with grass and trees. So you can close this materials browser and unpin the details tab and close it. This is going to give us the model base we need, and we're going to add rocks and grass and trees over it, so don't worry about how it looks. Click File and Save All. Now let's add those rocks. Now be sure that you're at your bookmark 1, which is your vantage point for your scene. And I'm going to scroll back with my mouse wheel just a little bit because I want to know where my edge is down here. Now let's go get that rock material. To open the content drawer, and we can collapse the surfaces. And then for the mega scans, we want to go into 3D, and then here's our rock. So open that, click on High, click on the goofy name for it. And this time we want to go to Static Meshes. And there's a rock. Let's make this a little bit smaller because I want to put it right here. Now this rock is very small. So when you click and drag it in, you'll barely be able to see it. I want to put it right there, but it is there. Now we're going to make it a lot bigger and move it around. So click R on your keyboard, and this is how we're going to size it. We're going to make it taller. Just click and drag that node up. Now you're going to have to go a long way up. Click and drag out some, and then up. Mainly we want out. We kind of want a flat, sort of a flat rock, more than we want it tall. Now, it's going to be hard for you to get to this one on the back, the little red one. We can go back there and see it. And you can see how thin this thing is. We don't want it that thin. We kind of want a big flat rock. And that's more like what we want. Let's go back to our bookmark, hit 1, because I want to place this thing. So to move it around, hit W on your keyboard. Now you have arrows. And I'm going to try to get to this red one and move it back a little bit. And I want to move it over. And we can set it right into the ground as far as we want to go. But I don't want to go that far with it. I want it to sit up in the ground just a little bit. Actually, I want to tilt it. So hit E on your keyboard. And now you can tilt it in 3 axes. Actually, I want to tilt it that way a little bit. So that white goes down and this comes up. That went 10 degrees. Now I'm going to go back to W and move it up. Yeah, that tilts too much. I'm going to take both of those off with Control Z and just move it up just a little bit. Now let's run around to the other side and see how that looks. Yeah, we need to make it a little bigger so it's flat. So I hit R and I want to widen that out. Come back to our bookmark of 1. See how that looks. I want to put it down in the ground just a little bit more because we're going to make another one of these. So now let's do a copy of this since we have it already sized. So we're going to hit Alt on our keyboard and then drag this thing out and boom, there's a copy. Now let's flip it around. So I'm going to hit E and I'm going to take this blue one and I'm just going to completely flip it. And now hit W and I want to move this in so that it kind of becomes part of that rock. But I want to angle it so that it does the curve of our lake. W again. I'm going to get this red one if I can back here. Move it over. Move it in. Just play with it until they look like they have something to do with each other. You can hit Escape to get out of it and have a look. So I think they look pretty good. Now, let's save all because we're going to make a huge rock in the back. So let's copy this first one again. Click it to highlight. Hit and hold Alt on your keyboard and move it out. And then we're going to get the white dot and move it all the way to the back of our lake. And that's kind of moving it up more than it's moving back. Let's get a little sideways on this thing so we can see where we're going with it. And I want to move it this way. If nothing else, you can follow the shadow of it on your landscape. Well, that's really not allowing me to do that very well. Let's get out here. I can see what I'm doing. And go all the way back. You can see the shadow of it on the land. Now I want to go this way. Let's turn around and see what we're doing here. And I want to get in this back corner and set it down right about there, which is fine. Now, let's make it huge, and I do mean huge. You're going to have to drag this up a lot to make it really big. Now, let's flip around the back side because I bet you anything it's going to be skinny. And we don't want it. Yep, see? You could actually leave it skinny if you wanted to, but I want to give it some girth. So I'm going to make it wider. Okay. Let's flip back around. Go over here so we can see what we're doing. Turn around. Now, I want to set it down in the ground. So it looks like it's coming up out of the ground. And I actually want to move it back off the water a little bit. It's okay even if you took it off your landscape. That would be okay too. All right. That looks pretty good. Let's go to our bookmark one and see. No, I don't think it's anywhere near big enough. We want it much bigger. Hit R, drag it up a whole lot bigger. That's good. And I probably do want to drag it out a little bit, but I don't want this in the middle of the lake because it's going to block the sun. So let's move it down into the ground and back just a little bit. It's okay if it goes off the border. I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to leave that for now. We can adjust it more later. I'm hitting escape to get out of that. And let's do file and save all. Now that we have some rocks in place, I have a better idea of where I want to place my primary view for this scene. So let's update our bookmark one. I actually want to be a little closer to these rocks down here. So I'm going to tilt down a little bit and move in. And I think I want to come over just a little bit. That looks like a pretty good place to be. Maybe a little closer. Yeah, that's going to be good. Almost like I'm sitting on the ground. So I want to update my bookmark one for this. So go to perspective and then go to bookmark, set bookmark. Now we already have one set. When we click this bookmark one again, it will update it for this one. And click file, save all. Okay, that's it. Be sure to like and subscribe and see the next tutorial for how to paint grass and tree foliage on your Unreal Engine landscape.